Orange, are you an engineer?
No. Why?
I don't know. What's your interest in space?
Well, space isn't real. My
Yeah,
interest
his
is
interest
like in
is in
Earth.
debunking that fucking lie. That's his
Yeah,
interest.
exactly. There's no such
Oh
thing as
wait, you
space,
must be.
and all of our engineering, by the way, like all of the planes, all of the railroads, are designed around assuming Earth is flat and stationary. They literally do this thing called plane surveying, where they go on a plane, they assume this whole 50 square miles is flat and motionless, and then they stitch those together and they make railways and shit. It's all flat and motionless. There's no such thing as outer space. The only proof of outer space is like what? There's like satellite photos, which are all computer generated from NASA, and then that's it. There's no other proof. There's no proof. There's no experiment you can do to prove Earth is moving.
I got some anecdotal proof. My brother's
Well,
uh,
what's that?
my brother's an engineer. He works for Blue Origin. He sent a few rockets to space. Oh, now he works on airplanes.
Yeah, the Blue Origin rockets.
Yeah, he used
Those are
to
like
work for them.
those are like blowing up on the launch pad like 3 weeks ago. The
Well,
Blue
okay,
Origin
wait, wait, wait,
rocket.
wait, 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 wait. He wasn't. They weren't blowing up when he was working there. Okay, as soon as he
I'm just
left, they
saying.
started blowing up. So they obviously needed it.
I'm just saying. The people at NASA, the people at Blue Origin, are working on making rockets. Sure, they're working on making rockets. They're working on the metal and the fuel and all that. But are those rockets really going to outer space and leaving Earth? Like, no. Even from the perspective of Earth, you can watch a rocket launch and it'll appear to go back down. It'll appear to level out and then it starts going down back towards the water. And they say, oh, it's going down the curve of the Earth, which is just a lie. It's going down into the water. All of the rocket launches happen from coastal Florida. And they go
Yeah,
right
that's
to the Bermuda Triangle.
Bermuda. What?
Bermuda Triangle. It's right off the coast of Florida, and they say it's like this forbidden place or it's too dangerous and blah 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 blah. But it's just like a restricted military zone. That's where all the rockets end up, and that's
Yeah,
why they have
that's
to launch them from the coast.
yeah. There's like restricted airspace. You gotta like launch them from
Yeah,
like specific spaces.
which is like insane. Why can the militaries of the world just decide where we're not allowed to go?
Because the military sells that land to space companies for like billions of dollars, and then they like build rockets because NASA doesn't.
Yeah, like
NASA's first
NASA
rocket to
gets.
space was that one like that they sent a few months ago. Before that, they didn't do any launches for like years.
Yeah, well, if you don't count Artemis, there was a 52-year period where they didn't even go back 0.1% of the distance to the moon. They literally didn't do shit for 50 years, except for like
Listen, man.
$70 million a day. NASA gets $70 million a day. So for those 70 years, like NASA every single day, every single week, every single month, they get $70 million. And what do they do, bro?
But they just
Explore
jerk off.
space.
I can tell you, NASA engineers just jerk off and do nothing.
Yeah, they
But
just
I
steal our
wanted to
money.
tell
That's
you,
what everyone does.
listen, I love your movement, and you know, fuck AI as well. But I want to just pivot it just a little, bro. Space isn't fake. It's privatized, bro. It's sold.
Well, it's just not a thing. The idea that you're flying through infinite nothingness right now on like a planet, and the sun is like we're chasing after the sun through outer space, like that just does not exist. It's not a destination. You can't leave Earth. Anyone who
Why?
tries to
Where I
leave
just
Earth,
died from?
the rockets just explode when they go up too high.
No, it's just like space is like privatized, bro. Like space, you know how there's infinite space is supposed to be like completely
Well,
growing,
no, there's
or
no such thing as like
that's what they
infinite
tell
space.
you. That's what they tell you, right? And it's like supposed to be infinite. Like, how does that make sense?
I mean, I agree that it's like there's a whole business around it, and like all of this rich billionaires are like, yeah, we can send you to space. We'll sell you the name. You can name a star after you. You just give us your money. Give us your money. But like, you don't actually go anywhere. Katy Perry didn't go to space. She went like 15 miles up. She didn't even see the curvature of Earth. It was totally flat horizon. She didn't even go higher than planes fly. Like barely higher than planes fly. They just like lie. They just lie. Nobody has ever left Earth. You can't leave Earth. There's no such thing as other planets. There's one planet, and that's planet Earth, and Earth has lights above it. And then that's it. There's just lights in the sky.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, there's just Earth, and then there's lights in the sky, and that's it. And those lights have never changed ever over history. The constellations never change over time. Our stars never change over time. The sky does the same thing every night.
Okay, you lost me at the end there.
The sky does the same thing every night. So the same stars are in the same place every night at the same time. The sky does the same thing over and over and over and over and over, and it's done that for all of history. It's done that for your whole life.
Bro, do you think like Pangea was a thing?
I don't know. I think maybe the world did look different at some time, but I don't buy the whole like, yeah, like a meteor came and it shattered up the continents. But they do kind of look like they fit like puzzle pieces if you put them together loosely. So I don't know.
I think it's flat.
Yeah, I think it's flat. As far as we know, as far as we see, it's totally flat. Between 30 miles. If you're on the other side of a 30-mile lake from me, like head level is gonna be 6 feet above. You know, like it's gonna be head level is supposed to drop with distance on Earth. If you look at it like Counter-Strike terms, right? Like if I was going backwards away from you on a slope downhill, my head level would get lower and lower and lower as I get further from you on a slope. So that's not happening on Earth though. Head level doesn't drop with distance on Earth. There's people that go across 30-mile lakes and they're shining laser pointers into each other's eyes. And they're both just 6 feet above the lake, just shining laser pointers forward at eye level. And you're shining it into your buddy's eye 30 miles away. And if you look into the globe math, it predicts that you should be having to shine it, like it should be impossible.
You just spoke for like 50 seconds non-stop. I think you're on cocaine, but...
We just see too far. We see like 30 times too far.
What do you think about like the Gulf of America? Like, is that not like where the crater was, the meteoroid? Some shit?
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything really about the Gulf of America. I know that I've seen people talk about how like Florida could be considered the Garden of Eden actually from the Bible. It's like the most fertile place. The highest amount of stuff grows in Florida.
Oh, it's just a bunch of swampland. What are you talking about?
I don't know. It's like insanely huge. There's like 4 different biomes in Florida, so a lot of it is swamp though. But swamps are full of life.
What are your thoughts on Israel?
I mean, Israel is an illegitimate state that only exists because allegedly they got by in World War II, but that never happened, and yet they still exist because all the world wars are fake. It's all just like a story. Israel is just evil.
You know, Florida is like Israel too.
Yeah, all of America is owned by Israel. I mean, Christopher Columbus was like a Freemason, which is like the mafia basically. Christopher Columbus was a Freemason, George Washington was a Freemason, Benjamin Franklin was a Freemason. All these founding fathers and guys, they were all like gay basically. They were kicked out of Spain, and then they came to America.
So let me break you down, bro. You're like a pro-Palestine flat earther. Is that what we're talking about?
I mean, sure, I guess. I'm not pro-Palestine, I'm anti.
Okay, anti just sounds insane though. Don't you think? There's like...
What do you mean?
Cool.
No, I mean, people that are behind basically every organized evil in the last like few thousand years. I'm not even talking about the average person though, that's just born in like family. I'm talking about like the elite bloodlines, like the mafia, the Freemasons. If you look into that, like it's like the Yakuza. You know how the Japanese have the Yakuza, like their mafia or whatever? The have one, and it's the Freemasons, and those guys are behind every organized evil, man. They own like all of Hollywood, they own all the porn industry, all the shit that's like bad for society, the dollar system, all the brainwashing. That's like all them, the mafia. They own all the bank systems. The reason we all have to go to work, the reason you have to go to school as a kid, they have to wake you up when you're 5 years old. You have to go to school 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. You only get 7 days a week, but 5 days a week you got to go to school.
I forgot that guy even left.
And like that's all the brainwashing system. It's insane. It's insane. You look into like 9/11 was a inside job. You look into who like poisoned the wells throughout Europe during the Black Plague or whatever. It was people. Look into who's behind all these financial crashes. People. They were kicked out of 110 different countries, man. More than 110 now throughout history. Why would a whole group of people kick out another whole group of people out of a country? And it's happened to the same group of people over and over multiple times. Because they literally sacrifice kids, they eat kids, kids start to go missing, they start corrupting the youth. They put up like brothels everywhere, porn movies everywhere, incest movies, cheating, race mixing. They literally like corrupt the fabric of society that they're in. And when you look around, that's what's happening to us. That's what's been happening to us. It started with like the gay pride agenda in the 60s, and then now they have a bunch of gays everywhere. Now you can push the agenda because the gays have no moral fabric or whatever, no backbone. The gays love degeneracy, so now you can have kids everywhere because it's a bunch of gay teachers that are teaching them that, and they were brainwashed by the because they want to destroy man and woman. They don't want strong men.
Yeah, so you just went like 2 rounds nonstop. Good for you. I think. What about
12.
Jeffrey Epstein, bro?
I think that Jeffrey Epstein is just proof that we're living in a world that is dominated, that will never get in trouble. The dude literally worked for Mossad. I have pictures of him wearing IDF shirts, Israeli Defense Force shirts.
Epstein was pictures.
Yeah, I literally have those pictures. Like, it's been 6 years. Nobody has gotten in trouble. They said that they would release all the Epstein files. They didn't. There are 6 million files allegedly. They've only released 3 million files. They said that they were taking so long because they had to black out the names of the victims. And then they ended up blacking out the names of the victims and the perpetrators, the guys who did all the crimes in the Epstein files. So we still don't have any justice for who did it because it's the people in the CIA, it's the people in the FBI that are in the files. They're the ones trafficking the kids. They're the ones trafficking the kids and shit.
Hey, why isn't your buddy chiming in on
She doesn't talk. She believes the same thing I do. We went on this whole rabbit hole together. Nobody, yeah, it's my fiance. Nobody has gotten in trouble for the Epstein files 6 years later, bro. And if you look into those files, you really do a deep dive. It's like, it's exposing shit. It's not news to me. They're eating kids. They're raping kids. They're buying and selling kids. They're harvesting them for drugs. It's like terrible. Because they're monsters. They prey upon humanity. They're actual demons from the Bible. Like, demons from the Bible are real. And, yeah, we call them the elite. They're a different race of humans. They walk like us. They talk like us. They're not humans. They're demons.
You want my opinion?
Yeah.
I think you gotta really like distinguish between Israel, who's doing all the evil, and the people. There's some people that are actually like.
I agree. No one controls the circumstances of their birth. Anyone could have been born, family, whatever. I'm talking about.
Like, you can choose to serve in the IDF. Is what I'm saying. Like that's.
Yeah. I mean, they are definitely a bunch of kids and stuff and doing a bunch of evil there. And I think that Israel, for example, the people who really run this world, they don't care about the Israeli citizens too, the elite. So I think they will bomb themselves. They'll bomb certain cities in Israel and they'll blame it on other people. They'll be like, oh, look what Hamas did, look what Houthis did. And then they will use that to retaliate wherever they want. So it's like it's this really evil world. They don't care about killing civilians. No, I mean, I think black people, Muslims, and Indians are like a bioweapon. They basically deploy them as a bioweapon to destroy Western civilization. Like, the way modern war is done, you don't need Counter-Strike, you don't need guns, and you don't need boots, and you don't need nukes, and you don't need any of that shit. You just replace the population there and you wait 50 years. You just outnumber all the white people in America like 20-1 by Asians and Browns and whatever, and then you just wait, and that's it. You already won the war. There's no one to fight the war again against you in 50 years. So it's like that's just what they're doing now, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, it's crazy because like the recent news is they're saying Donald Trump is saying if I get assassinated, if I die, I'm putting an all-out relentless attack on Iran. So now people are saying, okay, Israel's going to try to assassinate Donald Trump and blame it on the guys of Iran doing it, right? So then America can bomb Iran, and then Israel can claim more land in peace. It's not
I could see that for sure being something being done in the timeline. I don't know if they would kill off Trump or whatever, but I mean that's definitely something that is like in the books or whatever.
I think honestly it's set up perfectly for that ending. It's like written like a novel. Just think about it. He is full on harping about third term, right? I'm third term this, I'm third term Andy, I'm third term him. Third terms don't exist for presidency as far as fucking I know.
Right. Well, the only way is if it's like a wartime, they would suspend the election. So he's going to need to cause a war, basically. And I could definitely see that ending with some sort of assassination thing. And then it would be like a crazy... It would allow America to go bloodthirsty mode. They already are talking about they want to combine like the U.S. Army and the IDF Army as well. They're all be so close working together. Nice
Yeah,
touch.
crazy stuff.
It's like
Nice
crazy. It's crazy. They want us to go to war, to die for them or whatever, and they just accept it out of nowhere for nothing.
Yeah, you know what's so crazy? I was like big supporter of Israel and their antics. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I don't
Point in
know.
case, look at the newest skin collection that they branded and released called the Airbest, right? They have a fucking, they have a deagle made in Israel, by the way, with like deagle, with like Israel
Yeah,
flag
Deagle is
decal
cool.
on it. It's cool, but there's like a Star of David on that thing. So it's like, think about it, bro. Your money and your time is going to Israel right now. We're like,
Yeah, I'm
actively
pretty sure
engaging in voice lock.
Galil is Israel too. Yeah, you can't avoid supporting Israel. I mean, every dollar you spend goes to a bank, and like they own that whole banking system. I mean, the the Rothschilds own the whole banking cartel. And really, the way I see it is that it's actually that the group of people we call have been infiltrated basically by this evil group that is calling themselves hiding among the basically and using them as like cover. And now
Exactly.
they have people saying shit like, "Oh, it's the," when it's like, again, the average person is just as irrelevant to them as any other goy, any other whatever. They don't care. They kill us all. They sacrifice us all. They don't care about humanity, period, or whatever. I'm talking about the actual elites. They only have loyalty to themselves. It's not about where you were born or religion or anything like that. They're part of like a cult full of blood brothers. They do a bunch of shit together, like taking these crazy ass oaths and stuff. They're in a cult brotherhood. Like,
Yeah, shit crazy, bro. What a world we live in, you know what I'm saying? I wish I had a little death note.
I know, man, I know, right? Like, and I bet you would be responsible with it too, and you'd make the world a better place for the most part. It would be pretty
Yeah, I bet you
simple.
would too, bro. I bet you would
Yeah,
too.
I mean, I think so too. I think kind of the best system I think that would be effective on Earth would be some sort of based king who, as long as he's accountable to the people. Like if you got to be a king and you got to swear that all of my decisions are going to be for the good of the people or whatever. And as long as you can prove that, then I think that would be like the best system or whatever. And there would be a lot of good kings, I think, that would be good candidates or whatever. Because a lot of people know the problems in society. I agree
Yeah,
with you
man.
though. Yeah, Death Note would solve a lot. And like we outnumber the elite by a lot. It's just like this insane system where they have everyone kind of brainwashed and paralyzed and to fear.
Honestly, here's my crazy theory. I think the fucking mosquitoes inject fucking rat DNA into your brain and make you stupid.
Dude, I would not. These tries, man. And like Bill Gates was experimenting with like genetically modifying mosquitoes and shit. What does Bill Gates, the computer guy who made Microsoft, what does he have to do with this shit? What the fuck? What are you talking about? We have all these evil billionaires doing like these crazy science projects. There's like ticks now. They're raining down. There's like ticks that make you allergic to meat now, and there's ticks showing up all over like farmland in America and Canada. What is that about, bro? Like, it's insane what they're doing to us.
It's absolutely
They just
ludicrous,
don't give a
bro.
shit about us.
Yeah, I feel like in 20 years, when the violent Israeli settlers detain the U.S. congressman, you know what I'm saying? They just won't feel good after that. They just won't feel good after that. It's like, what's it for? Like, you're gonna kill all these people, take all this land, but then what for it, bro? Like, you're gonna just try to live a nice life after that? Like,
Yeah, I agree. I think the end to like peace in the Middle East is something that I don't know if we'll ever see, unless they just wipe out the whole Middle East.
now, also, this fucking World Cup, quote unquote, that's happening right now, quote unquote, World Cup. It's more like Settlers Cup, am I right? Because Argentina, like, is just the biggest Israel supporter ever, and oh, whoop to do, oh, we get to win every game. Yeah, right, am I right?
Yeah, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if the World Cup is a good opportunity to traffic in a whole bunch of migrants from who knows where all over the world and just say that they're like traveling or whatever.
Bro, every sports event is just a human trafficking. Like, every flight is a human trafficking event.
I know that a lot of it happens on boats. Like, there's this embassy called like the Art and Embassy Agency. It's like a U.S. agency that allegedly like they go around putting art up in different embassies around the world. but they have like private ports, private port authorities. Nobody looks at their cargo. They have like private boats, private schedules. They can ship whatever they want anywhere around the world whenever they want, and under the cover that it's art. But it could be drugs, weapons, kids, like you name it. It's like insane. The government is doing all the trafficking.
Same thing with aerial transport. Look up Global Crossings Incorporated or Global X. These are the guys that are trafficking. They're not trafficking cargo, but they're trafficking actual humans. The ICE people that get detained by ICE.
Right, that's interesting. No, I'll look into that. That's interesting. I know hospitals too. I know hospitals are like crazy exporters of like organs and stuff and blood and shit. They have all these undercover deals. Anyways, GG guys, take care.
GG's.